collective consciousness and collect yourselves after using my vice shout to momentarily disorient you both when you least had expected for me to go and do. And I think it's time that we go and find out on what your insides look like, because I can't help but wonder now on if you're simply made up of computer parts or if you're simply made of flesh and bone. But then, it was only just within that very moment from out of nowhere as Orange Piccolo went on to make his presence known, in further having to be shown directly attacking the elite demon Kyrax, was when Orange Piccolo then went on to quickly shout, "Oh no, you demons don't. Not on my watch you won't, and since the two of you think that by running the numbers advantage over our forces was going to help save you, well, you better go and think again." As a shocked Android 17 went on to respond, "Hey, what in the world? Piccolo? But where in the world did you just come from?" With Orange Piccolo then shown having to grab onto Kaima's neck by responding, "Well, never mind the introduction for now, and so hurry and make your move on her while I'm still able to grab hold of her, 17, and so do it." With Kaima responding, What is this? A Namekian here on Earth and leading a helping hand to an android?"
Pretty quick.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. You found a power key. Go slot it.
You have to destroy A. It's gonna come right here next. Especially with this guy standing right here, he's gonna sell us out.
Flying Nimbus!
What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys?
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits.
Told you.
Think before rushing in.
So predictable. And this guy got his level 3.
Stay calm.
You're a savior.
Flying Nimbus!
Sometimes you have to accept your fate.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Wasn't doing nothing anyways. Oh, that's game.
Flying Nimbus! This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Oh, what's wrong? Where did all that bravado go? Hey, great! You found another
Keto.
power key. Use it quick. Oh, it can't be. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Four of us left. Oh, three left.
His to quickly jump in between worlds before he could fully be tagged by anything, with Dr. Hedo responding, "What an incredible surge of power that was, and this barrier that they forged to shield us, it's outstanding." And they were actually able to go and respond so fast that those demons didn't even know what hit them, with Bulma having to then chime in, "Yeah, no kidding, but did they go on to put an end to those two out there for good is the real question," with Ultra Android 18 responding, "You know, the two of you should go and stay put here and leave the rest of whatever is taking place on the outside for both me and 17 to handle from here on. You got that?" And as we do just so happen to believe that it would be for the best if you did so anyways, because we don't want to go and run the risk of having anything happen to the two of you while this goes on, which, speaking of, 17 then responds, "Hey Gamma 1, are you alright over there or what? How are you holding out, and can you still continue to fight, or do you still need a little bit of time to recover?" With Gamma 1 responding, Yeah, I think I'll be just fine out here, but, well, if the two of you are willing to go and step in by taking these two head on, well then by all means knock yourselves out while I keep an eye and defend the laboratory in the meantime then. And so I'll just go and stay here with Bulma and Dr. Hedo while you two go off and do your thing, with Kaima having to then respond, "Curse those wretched machines and these slimy little humans for building them." Kaima then went on to respond, "And so now on me, Kyrax, for let us go and shred these pieces of trash before we go and lose the advantage that we just held." Well, with Gamma 1 still in the game, Ultra 17 went on to then chime in, "What do you say we go and run these monsters down and show them on how we like to go and get down here on Earth before we go and turn their lights off permanently?" With Ultra Android 18 responding, "Then let's go and show these freaks on just how dangerous we used to be like back in the day, but do make sure to go and leave that Kaima demon to me, 17. Well, Well, I'd hate to have to go and ask here since I kind of already have a guess as to what you're doing over there, Bulma, but you don't surely plan on activating our Capsule Corp Supercell Max model now, are you? Dr. Hedo questions, with Bulma responding, Dr. Hedo, listen to me, for we are not going to let these demonic freaks go and have their way with us here, for they think that they can just storm in our facility, go inside and tear apart the entire building and overrun everything that we've built. Not on my watch, Bulma continues, and so it's a good thing that we went and had been preparing for something like this, because now it's time for us to go and show these demons on exactly what we're capable of. And so you don't have to go and worry about its functions here either, because even you said it yourself when we were building this thing that this model is stronger, more controlled, and far more adaptable than your original Cell Max, and that means once it's deployed, Bulma continues, we will finally have something that will go and stand on the front lines and take the fight directly to those demons alongside with both Gamma 1 and Android 17 and 18, and so the time is now, Bulma continues. And so once this bad boy is operational and ready to go, those demons won't even know what's coming. So with the calibration process nearly complete and with the energy reactors at its peak output, Bulma continues, once we go and bring Supercell Max to full power, it'll be an unstoppable force, as it won't just be a defensive weapon against them, but a colossal titan that was solely designed to protect this planet from anything that dares to go and try to threaten it. To which, moreover, as this was shown happening, when then having to venture on back onto Lord Beerus' planet and seeing the arrival of Goku, Vegeta, and Broly upon Beerus being shown having to teach Vegeta the essence of destruction, was when Beerus then went on to quickly respond, well, now try it again, because you won't be able to learn how to wield it properly if you aren't able to fully concentrate your mind on summoning destruction energy first before infusing it with your paralysis technique, and so go and try it again and make sure that you are able to fully hold its power in line before morphing it into a paralysis agent, Vegeta, and so now start over and try again. Oh, damn it all, Vegeta responds, I almost had it right where I needed for it to be, but it continues to slip right through my fingers every time I try and redirect its aim and getting it to be used as a paralyzing maneuver rather than simply having it be an uncontrollable and destructive one. And so I think I got, wait a minute, Kakarot, you're back already? But surely you didn't intend on coming here if your original motive was to go and grab Broly and make your way to Earth, wasn't it? Or did something go and happen along the way, Vegeta questions, with Beerus having to then chime in, that's right, and why do you all look a little banged up there? Because you didn't look like that before you left my world, and so what exactly happened back on that Saiyan's home world? Well, we didn't honestly think that we'd have to go and come back so soon, Goku responds, but, well, not only did those demons go as far as to find us on planet Vampa and attack us before we can even know what hit us, but on top of it, it would also appear as though they are now on the hunt for us as well, Goku continues, so we couldn't really go and do much outside of simply grab Broly and come back here to ensure that none of us are ambushed whilst having to get away from the rest of the group, but there also now appears to be some kind of a sudden and dreadful shift that we also felt within the air as well, with Vegeta responding, well, we went and felt it too, and so this must be the work of that bastard Raijin, but what exactly happened to those demons then if you say that they went and attacked you all on planet Vampa the way they did, with Goku responding, well, they went and tried taking out Broly, but as soon as we went and stepped in to go and try to stop them, they went and used those demon portals as they made their way back inside of the demon realm, with Gohan having to then chime in, yeah, and with more of them now on the loose, we can't just go and take any more chances since they currently hold the numbers advantage here over us, and so I say, instead of allowing for them to come and try to go and attack us here in our universe, I say we should go and bring the fight to their front doorstep and go and challenge them directly in the demon realm, as Beerus went on to then quickly respond, well, with those annoying little demons aside, Beerus went on to then chime in, what exactly does this one think he's doing here? For he's been staring up at the sky now ever since he's gotten here, and so now what gives? Hey, are you alright there, Broly? Gohan then went on to question, you seem to be really fixated about something, and so what exactly is it that you keep staring at up there? With Broly responding, look closely, up there above the clouds, there are portals that are starting to open, which means that they have found us, and so they're coming. With Gohan responding, hey, wait a second, look, he's right, those rings in the sky, they were able to go and track us all down. To which it was only surprisingly enough unbeknownst to our heroes within that very moment, as the evolved demon Haas went on to step through and addressing our heroes, was when Haas went on to then quickly respond, so I was right to go and assume that this was going to be where you wretched mortals would go and run off to, but I'm not surprised one bit by this decision, and especially since you all believe that its governing god of destruction, Beerus, is going to go and protect you all from what you all already have coming your way, but nevertheless, we are all now here. And since we will now go and ensure you all that there will be no more running away now that we are all finally here to meet you in battle, and I went and made sure to go and even the odds this time around by calling upon some additional reinforcements just in case I needed it in order to ensure that you don't escape our clutches again, to which as the Dark Masters Gira and Jogo were then shown having to step through was when Gira then went on to respond, well, now would you go and take a look at what we have over here, for Haas was right to have predicted that this was going to be where you mortals were going to show up, and now that we have found them, it's time for our order to finally come to pass. And since you are all finally gathered together here and being exactly where we wanted for you all to go and be, we just
Need 2 more people to level to already up, man. Come on. I should have my Raider match after this. Found a key already.
Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Someone! You're a big help.
Hopefully these guys just send the key.
Someone save me!
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Thanks. Flying Nimbus!
We have to find all the keys quick before this guy steals them.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
You're a savior.
Hey, great. You found another power key. Use it quick.
Just have to find a C key. I have to get annoyed when my teammates come close to me. Three cubes. As you can see, he knows that we need that key next. Take the long way. I don't know if you saw me.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
You have my thanks.
Holy hell.
I should be going to see.
Flying Nimbus! Activating energy scope. Here comes a pain!
So I said this guy should be going to see, but instead he's activating energy scopes in A for no reason.
Let's go! Two shots! Resistance is futile. This is it!
So annoying. Yo, what's up, Patrick? How you doing tonight? I was just saying that this guy should be in C, but instead he wants to be in A, activating energy scopes, exactly where I am.
Power keys. I'm sending them over now.
Could have been in 4 other places, but he wants to be right where I am. Camping my body now.
Guess I got no choice. What?
Build C key.
Change! You okay? I owe you one. Flying Nimbus!
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Find a shield and
That's
a
a new power key. Place it
soda.
now. Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
It happens sometimes. Nothing I can really do about it unless I change my name. Took that soda. Need a shield though. You playing breakers? Starts in 2 days, so all the good players are gonna come back.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
This guy is. There he is. don't have my dragon change, so it's not really smart to go to the time machine right now. I need a soda. I didn't need a big soda, but sorry, that big cube, but I'll grab it anyways. Save this guy. Yeah, he's getting saved. Fortunately, we don't have all the Dragon Balls, so it doesn't look like we're summoning. Got only three Dragon Balls. Transfer. Here, this guy grabbed it. So I just wasted mine. Fuck. At least I found the shield though. It's level 4 to go in. Trying, man, I'm trying. Beer. What are you drinking? $13. Come on, guys. We might be able to clutch this. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. GG's. Pretty good team. Everyone did their job. That's how you win.
Just hope you you go and know that this is where you have reached the end of your line, as you will hereby meet your end right here, right now, with Jogo responding, "Oh, and look, well, if it isn't the one who went and was lucky enough to have gotten away from us when he first did after attempting to challenge our authority within the demon realm, for we have much to catch up on, don't we, Gira? And so now how do you want to go and do this? Because I say that we butcher these mortals here and now in preventing them from having a chance to go and fight back. But what say you?" With Gira responding, "Oh, I see him, yes I do. But since of course we rarely ever find the chance in getting the opportunity to go and enjoy ourselves in punishing such pathetic little vermin like this, I say we go and have a little fun at their expense for a little while, in going as far as to inflict as much punishment onto their bodies and onto their souls that we could possibly go and exert, and then, only then, once we have went and had our fill in grinding these worms into the dirt where they belong," Gira continues, "will we only then go and finish them off for good before we go and carry on by making our way into the other remaining universes within the multiverse," with Gohan then having to respond, "Oh, and so I take it that these two there are what make up two of the four governing Dark Masters of the Demon Realm then, is that it? But just how in the world did they just go about and having to track down our whereabouts as quickly as they just did? Oh, as I can only assume that it's more than likely due to the imbalance that they've caused all throughout the multiverse that had led them in tracking us all down the way they just did," with Goku responding, "Oh yeah, they are, and I would know best since I had to go and deal with these two back when I was first in the Demon Realm," with Vegeta responding, "It's great, and it looks like they've brought company whilst going out of their way to come and find us, and so now brace yourselves everyone, because this is bound to go and get ugly real fast, and that goes for the two of you up there as well, demons. And so don't try to go and get the wrong idea about us all here either," with Gira chiming back in, "Well, we have quite the group of warriors on our hands down there now, don't we, Jogo? Because as cute as it is to see you all band together like a pack of rats, fighting amongst one another will not go and save you," with Jogo responding, "And since you are the last of a very small few who stand in the way of having Lord Raijin complete his mission, from this moment forward, you will come to ultimately realize the dangers of your actions in choosing to defy us whilst knowing that you have no chance in stopping us," as Goku then went on to quickly shout, "Yeah, well, keep dreaming, because if the two of you think that we are just going to stand down and watch you plunge the multiverse into further darkness, then you demons have another thing coming, because we aren't looking to settle things here between us until we know for a fact that this is over and done with for good, and so don't even think about it," with Vegeta responding, "Well, if your intentions were to come and find us along with willingly going as far as to perish in battle for the sake of honoring your deranged master Raijin, then far be it from us to go and keep you waiting then," with Jogo being shown cracking his neck and responding, "You're arrogant in assuming that you will go and walk away from this battle with a victory over any of us is your first mistake, for we will go and stop at nothing to ensure that Lord Raijin's will in having to eliminate all those who choose to go and stand in the way of his plans will be fulfilled, and in your cases, there will be no last-second comebacks given,
Alright,
and
we have
no
another match.
unexpected
Should start in 2
saviors
minutes.
that will go and pull you away from the abyss of our wrath. And for the promise that we have made to our great king in finishing the mission will be realized," with Gira responding, "That's right, and unlike before, dear old son Goku, we will also go as far as to ensure that you will not be so lucky to be freed from your punishment like how you were shown being before, because since we are both here and since we already
This is already not looking good.
Step forward, and I will send you to your grave.
See what's up.
trunks.
Okay, no one disconnected.
I've
That's
set
good.
a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Get a power key right out, we can rush him. That's what I asked for.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Someone! You're a big
New
help.
power key. Place it now.
This person, I'm not reviving. You die, you die. That's what you get for stealing my cube.
Flying Nimbus!
Yeah, 5 Dragon Balls so far.
This is bad.
Let's
Somebody's
go.
down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Flying Nimbus!
When the key's over here, man.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
I didn't have that radar, but I never found it.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
These guys keep stealing my cubes, man.
This is bad. Somebody's down.
Is everyone going down?
Exercise extreme caution if you're
We
going
had
to
this
help
game
them.
in the bag. I have to find just 2 more Dragon Balls. It's these low level people that was gonna screw the match up for us, man. That's why I said it's not looking good from the start. And you see, I already dead.
Flying Nimbus!
This person dead. Waste. That's 2 people that. That's 2 spots that was taken up. I could have had better players on my team. One saves this guy then. That's 3 players that just died for no reason, bro.
Flying Nimbus!
Dog, the match is over. The match is literally over.
Holy hell. The escape time is ignore the power keys. Get out of there. There's a beacon where the blue light is. Do you see it? Head that way fast.
Game over, so fuck it. The guy out for 87 seconds. I just put back on the manga.
Already know know as to what it is that we can expect from all of you. We hope that you are all ready for what is about to come, for you will not be so lucky to go and escape our judgment for a second time, and so in the name of Lord Raijin, let us commence forth and begin. To which it was only just upon with both 18 and 17 being shown having to make their way outside before having to confront these demons was when Ultra Android 18 then went on to respond. You feel that too, don't you, 17? That rising wave of power signatures all around us, where it only now seems as though they are all around us and they won't stop coming until they have finished their mission, it seems, and so it's best for us to go and keep guard here over Capsule Corp, since our greatest and last line of defense comes down onto the shoulders of both Bulma and Dr. Hedo, with Ultra Android 17 responding, and I do, but you've got to go and stay sharp at all times, since it looks like we are all that Capsule Corp has at the moment, 18, for it only now looks as though our newly upgraded enhancements are now starting to draw more and more attention towards us as well. But what do you think, 17 questions? Do you think that those two are up to something over there, or what? With 18 responding, oh, without a doubt, but even though I want for us to slowly go and inflict as much pain onto these monsters and getting them back for doing what they had went and done onto others, for it would be wise for us to go and get as much fun out of them as we possibly can early on, 18 continues, before they go and manage to go and turn the tables against us, with 17 responding, well, if that's the case, then just try to go and keep a close eye on that lady demon over there, because while running a quick scan, I was able to go and detect acidic blood, which likely means that you might want to go and try to avoid cutting her down, but at the same time, you might want to go and take a quick look up above you if you aren't already able to see it, with Ultra Android 18 responding, and I do in fact, and from the looks of it, they seem to be astral projections that mirror the other 11 existing universes as well, 18 continues, which would also go as far as to explain on why everything feels so dark and heavy within the past several hours, and so I can only go on to wonder on what this could mean, with Ultra Android 17 responding, well, whatever this may be, we'll have to go and trust that Goku and the others are going to try to fix whatever may be happening out there that is currently outside of our control, and so in the meantime, while we are here, the Earth needs our backing, and that is exactly what we are going to go and do, as our main focus should be to fend off whatever comes our way here, while we go in and trust that Goku and the others will go and take care of the rest out there, with the Elite Demon Kaima having to then respond, oh, the hell with waiting, on my mark, Kyrax, hold nothing back and let's go and reduce these walking piles of trash cans down to scraps, and so now, Kyrax, fire and blast those rotten machines and make sure to use as much sudden force as you can possibly go and muster and fire upon them both right now. Yes, a direct hit, Madam Kaima, Kyrax responds. And with both of them not having to expect our attacks to occur so suddenly, that ought to be what goes and does the trick then, with Kaima responding, yes, well, good riddance if it did, because I was starting to go and get very annoyed at the fact that, wait, no, but surely they couldn't have possibly been able to find a way to reverse our attacks this quickly, since they weren't shown having to move now, did they? Unless, prior to our upgrades, your energy attacks would have likely torn right through us given the gravity of how dense those attacks were just now, 18 went on to then chime in, as it would have likely been enough to easily go as far as to overwhelm our defenses, but now, well, thanks to our recent enhancements, both 17 and I can do something that we couldn't go as far as to go and do before, and that is solely due to our newly generated upgrades. We can now siphon off and absorb energy attacks, as well as adapt to them mid-battle in weaponizing your own techniques against you, with Ultra Android 17 responding, that's right, and with that said, we want to know on how exactly do you plan on beating us if every one of your energy attacks that the two of you send our way will only go as far as to continue to make us grow stronger each time you attempt to go and fire them directly towards us, 17 questions, because if you honestly thought that you were just going to be dealing with your average androids, then the two of you are in for a very rude awakening, and so now, let me go and help you both by having to go and break this down a little better so that way you may understand, for you see, unless the two of you are capable in creating an energy output that is at least triple the absorption threshold that is built within our systems, then your attacks are as meaningless as they could come, 17 says, and so while we can either go and choose to continue to grow stronger by using your energy as a power supply, or simply fire it back and redirect your blast right back at you, unless you you are both able to go and overpower the absorption protocol that is installed within us, then all you'll be doing is continuing to fuel us, with 18 responding. And so we hope that you are finally starting to understand, because with your greatest asset and that having to be your energy now being used to our very advantage and having to turn it against you, it'll only be a matter of time before we go and break you both down piece by piece until there is nothing that remains once this is all said and done. As an angry Kaima then went on to respond, "You've got to be kidding me, and so they can passively absorb our attacks and redirect them back at us if they choose to not go and siphon it off and get stronger during battle? Well, so what? As if hoping to try and manipulate our own power and using it against us will do you any good, because it won't. As demonic energy such as the one that stems from the demon realm isn't as easily usable as one might believe for it to go and be Android." As Android 17 then went on to chime in, "So is that the plan that you want to try and run while we go and do this, 18? Because while I share the same principle in wanting to slowly grind them into the ground, shall we go and take this time to go and try to get as much out of them both before having to send them out into the afterlife? Or should we just simply go and cut right down to the chase and finish them both off while we're fresh here, or what?" With 18 responding, "Well, since their kind had went and started all of this, it's only fitting for us to go and put an end to it as ruthlessly as they first did when they started coming here, 17. And so, it is like I said, you may go and take the bigger one of the two while I go and handle my business with her in the meantime," 18 continues. "So just try not to go and lose your head out there in the meantime now, will ya?" To which it was only just upon with Kyrax being shown having to slam his way into Android 17 was when 17 then went on to quickly respond, "Great, well there he goes, I guess. I'll suit yourself then, 18, but just know that we don't want to go and waste too much of our time here against them either. And for obvious reasons too, with all things considered, and so just try and stay sharp out there, because you'll never know on what these things will go and try to do. And so now as for you," 17 went on to then redirect his focus, "what do you say you and I try to go blow for blow so that we can go ahead and find out and seeing which one of us hits the hardest then, shall we? Well, worry not then, you delusional machine, because I'll go and make sure to personally go and educate you and showing you on exactly how strong I can truly be once I am able to go and grind you into a million mechanical pieces." As Ultra Android 18 went on to then address Kaimo and then responding, "Well then I guess that just leaves me and you then, doesn't it? Well go on then, come and show me on how scary you so-called hunters really are, because you don't scare me, not by a long shot. And so what do you say you go on ahead and bring it then?" With an angry Kaimo responding, "Oh, you want me to come and bring it now, do you, Android? Well, don't you worry about what you have coming, because I am going to go and give you exactly what you've been aching for once I go and tear you in half for ever daring to go and stand in the way of Lord Raigen's command. And so as a result, such artificial intelligence could never go and hope to hold a candle in comparing themselves to our kind, because sooner or later, whether it's done swiftly or suddenly, you will come to ultimately realize that no matter how advanced your programming here on this backwater planet may be, it will never grow to become powerful enough in having it be the difference maker in putting down our forces from the demon realm. Well, how mighty bold of you to go and assume that we here from the 7th aren't capable in dealing with our fair share of issues, because guess what, 18 questions? For you and your kind most certainly wouldn't be the first to go and try it, as you won't go and be the last to go and try it against us here either, 18 continues. But for every battle that we have fought and waged, and through every new enemy that we had went to face throughout the decades, if there is one thing that I do know will stand the test of time, it is that we will stand to go and rise against any new challenge that threatens our very own way of life here, and no matter how big or how small that challenge may be, we will always go and find a way to overcome it, no matter how long it will go and take for us to go and do it. But then, it was only just upon with Kaima's body being shown having to be smashed through several buildings, as Kaima went on to then power up moments before having to unleash several energy blasts directly towards 18, was when Kaima then went on to quickly shout, "That's enough out of you, for I refuse to go and allow for myself to be bested by a worthless and inferior machine such as you, and simply having you go and attempt to talk down to me the way that you are. android. For there is no way that I will go and stand to believe your lies, given your inferior nature to my own. With Ultra Android 18 being shown responding, maybe you didn't go and hear us when we tried telling you that this simply won't work out here against us, Demon, as all you'd be doing here is simply helping me grow stronger and having to go and use this against you at some point. But if you don't want to go ahead and take it from me, 18 continues, then why don't you go and have a little bit of a closer look and asking your friend over there on if we just so happen to be lying, to which as Kaima went on to then turn around, she was only within that very moment narrowly shown having to lean on back and having Kyrax's body fly right through, as Kaima went on to then quickly respond, "What the hell? But why is this all starting to happen to us now all of a sudden? Oh, curse these wretched machines and their pathetic mortal creators who forged them. For we are starting to go and lose ground fast." As Ultra Android 18 went on to then teleport behind Kaima by then responding, "Maybe now you can start to slowly open your eyes and realize that no matter what the two of you try and use and attempt to go and try to throw our way, it simply isn't going to work, and deep down, you know that what I am telling you is the truth," 18 continues, "and so you might as well just go and accept it, because this isn't going to go and end well for the two of you, and you know it. And so the longer you try to go and continue to drag this battle out here against us," 18 went on to then lean towards Kaima's shoulder and by then responding, "the deeper the pain will end up feeling. And so we'll go and call it even, and having this be an eye for an eye, and having us give you creatures a little taste of your own medicine." But Kaima was having none of it, because even despite with Kaima being shown attempting to attack 18 was when 18 went on to then stop her attacks as Kaima responded, "Man, just what makes you think that you androids hold any sort of dominion over our kind in assuming that you have already won when our battle here has only just begun? For how could you go and be so sure of your ability to even go and stop us when you are both in fact far beyond the point of ever having to be claiming to be in control here, android? And if you are lucky enough to go and survive and having to make it past us, then it doesn't matter in the long run, because if the Dark Masters don't already reach you in time in finishing the mission before us, then there is no doubt that Lord Raijin will, which that is going to be one battle that I can guarantee none of you will be able to win alone." As Ultra Android 18 then went on to respond, "Well then I guess we'll just have to go and cross that bridge when we get there then, now won't we? And since I assume that this Raijin you speak of is more than likely the ringleader and the one who is mainly responsible for this entire mess, you really ought to go and think twice before having to go and second guess our ability in overcoming the most difficult odds that are stacked against our favor, Demon. For you and your kind will be lucky enough to last any longer out here against us the way you are," 18 continues, "and that is simply because once we start to crank things up and really start to turn things up against you monsters, will it only be the very moment where you will all come to realize that coming onto this world and attempting to wipe out all of the life that stands in the way of your plans for absolute domination over the multiverse was a mistake. And it'll be one mistake that I will promise will cost you all dearly by the end of all of this." But then, it was only within that very moment, seconds after 18 was shown having to completely electrocute Kaima, with Kaima then being shown having to laugh, was when 18 then went on to question, "Wait a second, are you laughing? And just what exactly is it that you are able to go and find that's so funny about any of this?" 18 questions, since I'm now more than curious to know myself on what could possibly be so funny right now, Demon, with Kaima responding, "While I find your puny little mortal upgrades and enhancements to be quite the impressive one when having to consider on how this was certainly not something that Kyrax and I had expected to go and run into whilst purging this planet of its mightiest fighters, but I just want you to understand that if both you along with your android counterpart over there think that you have figured us all out and assuming that we are done for, then you should really stop and ask yourself on how sure you truly are about that," Kaima says, "because not only did we demons come fully prepared in having to go and use any possible measure that was made available to us in order to secure a victory over you and annoying mortals, but I also happen to harbor a very unique little ability that I surely know will be what goes and gets your circuits jumping, android. And so now stay right where you are and watch this, as I want for you to go and feel every bit of pain that I can possibly go and dish out, and having you feel the wrath of my Vice Shout, android. But of course, frequency distortion. For now we know on what needs to be done, Kyrax says, with Kaima being shown having to then attack Android 18 by responding. Well, would you go and take a look at that? For it seems as though like you androids here aren't as invincible as you originally assumed that you would go and be, and rightfully so. And as I already knew that this would go and be what would go and give us the edge here over the two of you, and it looks as though I was right to assume that it would, Kaima says. And since I can now see on exactly where your vulnerabilities lie, and having my technique be what disorients your programming, let this now serve as being payback for ever daring to go and run your mouth off here against me, with Ultra Android 17 having to then shout, "Oh no, hurry and stand back up and continue to fight, 18! As you shouldn't go and allow for that demon's temporary Vice Shout to be used as a distortion method in throwing you off your game, 18! And especially when I know that you can go and power through it, for you are stronger than she is, and so now hurry and stand back up and go and give it right back to her," as the elite demon Kaima went on to then chime in. "No, how pitifully sweet you are to go and reassure your allies' position when you are going to be no different in suffering the exact same fate as she just did, and falling victim to my Vice Shout as well, android." To which, of course, seconds later within that very moment, that was exactly what Kaima ended up doing, because with Kaima then being shown having to once again use her Vice Shout was when the elite demon Kyrax then went on to chime in. "Yes, that's right, for you pesky little androids weren't expecting for Kaima to go and rattle your programming and cybernetic enhancements with this little technique, now were you? And so now therefore I have this one within my clutches, and since I have him right where you want for him to be," Kyrax continues, "he's all yours, and so now hurry and come and turn his lights off permanently while his guard is now down, Kaima," with Kaima responding, "With pleasure, my dear old friend. And now that you wretched machines are scrambling to maintain your collective consciousness and collect yourselves after using my Vice Shout to momentarily disorient you both when you least had expected for me to go and do, and I think it's time that we go and find out on what your insides look like, because I can't help but wonder now on if you're simply made up of computer parts, or if you're simply made of flesh and bone." But then, it was only just within that very moment from out of nowhere as Orange Piccolo went on to make his presence known, in further having to be shown directly attacking the elite demon Kyrax, was when Orange Piccolo then went on to quickly shout, "Oh no, you demons don't. Not on my watch you won't, and since the two of you think that by running the numbers advantage over our forces was going to help save you, well, you better go and think again," as a shocked Android 17 went on to respond, "Hey, what in the world? Piccolo? But where in the world did you just come from?" with Orange Piccolo then shown having to grab onto Kaima's neck by responding, "Well, never mind the introduction for now, and so hurry and make your move on her while I'm still able to grab hold of her, 17, and so do it," with Kaima responding, What is this? A Namekian here on Earth and leading a helping hand to an android? Why, you disgraceful excuse for a life form. Just you wait until I go and get my hands on you for daring to come in the way of our..." But then, it was only as quickly as it happened, with Ultra Android 17 then being shown having to double axe handle Kaima right back down onto the
Raider
ground,
match
was when
just
17
started in a
went on to
minute.
then quickly chime in, "You should be more concerned with having to go and deal with myself in 18 before you go off and having to turn your attention towards Piccolo, demon." And so now thanks for the save there, Piccolo 17 continues, "Even though both myself and 18 had everything under control against those two, but tell me something, are you sensing what I'm sensing take place around the planet here too, 17 questions? As it's hard to go and get a good read on what exactly is taking place, since it already looks like more and more of these things are starting to converge all around our area now as well," with Orange Piccolo responding, "Well, for what it's worth, things had only continued to seem as though they were getting worse and worse, especially with this sudden darkness that went into pure..."
Let's get this W.
Let the carnival of terror begin.
dragon, whatchamacallit, would have done.
Very well then. Give me the Dragon Ball.
I'm sorry, everyone.
You have my thanks. Here comes the pace.
Where the hell does she go? Damn bat players. Got it. Oh, she escaped first time, but got it.
Eradicate them!
We got all the keys, fortunately.
Go! Dragon Fist!
Radar is nothing.
Someone help me.
Where are the Dragon Balls? Very well. I'll make sure your death is quick.
Back this. We got our level 3, so we're good. Level 3 and 4 Dragon Balls. civilian down there too. Yeah.
Give me the Dragon Balls.
I don't have any. Please don't kill me.
Then I have no need.
I got 3 survivors down already. Starve at level 4. Not yet. Next kill, yeah, we're at level 4. Gotta kill this guy right here. Survivors. They can plant a DK, I'll just destroy the time machine. Easy win. Get him scattered.
I will not tolerate failure.
See if I can snipe him.
I will not tolerate failure.
Oh, one went over there, and two of them went over here. We got him. I told you, we sniped him.
You're no match for me.
Rank's coming soon, guys. Rank's coming soon.
appeared from out of nowhere in the sky. And so now, while I'm not quite sure on how Goku and the others are faring up within the moment, Piccolo continues, and I'm afraid it's going to be up to us to go and ensure this planet's safety along with everyone on it, Piccolo says. And so from here on, I'll be joining you both to oversee and strengthen your stranglehold while we still hold the advantage over them, Piccolo continues, but I'm going to need you to go and brace yourself for anything at any given moment, for I have a very bad feeling about what it is that is yet to come here, 17. To which it was only moments just before anyone had decided to go on and make a move, with our heroes nervously having to approach the Dark Masters and addressing them, was when Goku then went on to quickly respond, "Oh, I don't like this, you guys, but we've got to go and make sure to go and hold our own out there against them and not give them an inch, no matter what they go and try to throw our way in the meantime, since they're here." "Oh, well, just great," Beerus went on to then quickly chime in. "So that decrepit ruler of the underworld, Raijin, has finally had enough in wanting to go and take action here against us now, does he? Well, since he went and called for the two of you along with the rest of your filthy minions to go and try to do so," Beerus says, "then why doesn't he simply go and come out of the shadows in which he hides behind and enact these deeds of destruction against us here himself then?" With the Demon Dark Master Gira having to respond, "Decrepit, you say? And just who exactly are you calling to—" "Oh, that's right. For now, I remember, as it's been a few hours since you have all went and laid eyes on Lord Raijin, and so no. For while you may have went and remembered Lord Raijin and having to go and make his way down onto this world while he was in his elder state, we, on the other hand, can simply go and guarantee you all that Lord Raijin is certainly not the same as you had remember him being when he first came here," with the Dark Master Jogo having to then chime in, "That's right, and if you fools believe that he is anywhere near in being the exact same as he once was, then you don't hope to go and stand a chance when compared to what Lord Raijin has become now, and so one way or another, your end has now finally arrived, whether you want it to be the case or not, Universe 7, with Gohan then having to respond, "Oh, well, if those surrounding portals behind them are any indication of something, then all this means is that we'll have to go and fight them both head-on right here, right now, because it certainly doesn't look as though they went and planned on coming onto Lord Beerus's planet here alone either, and so it's either we go and deal with them here and now, or they will simply go and continue to track us all down until they have went and cornered us," with Beerus then being shown having to crack his neck and approaching the Dark Masters from below by responding, "Well, since you are the ones who have been solely responsible for creating this entire mess by not only having to go and steal the Super Dragon Balls when you did, but in also having to go and plan this entire invasion ordeal out along with having to go and resurrect that demon god Raijin of yours, then how's about you go and leave these mortals out of this for the time being and come down here and face me alone, because if you believe that I'm not going to go and pay you all back for disrupting the natural order and balance within my universe, then the two of you have another thing coming, and so now what do you say we go and settle this entire ordeal once and for all and for good this time, demons?" But then, it was only just within that very moment as both the Dark Masters Jogo and Gira were then shown having to stick their arms out and combining their energies for something, was when Jogo then went on to quickly respond, "Well, as a matter of fact, God of Destruction, we actually have other plans for you, and as you may in fact actually end up proving and posing as being one of the more difficult factors in this upcoming battle, and so for the time being, we instead think that it would be best for you to go and simply sit this one out for us in the meantime," Gira responds, "since we instead have a little bone to go and pick with those mortal rodents around you for having them go and simply defy Lord Raijin's law, but worry not for the time being, Lord Beerus, for we will go and make sure to save you for last once we are done ripping your allies apart down there into pieces," Gira utters, "and so now, go on and be a good little god of destruction and just stay right where you are." "No, is that so? And just what are you what is this? For I can't seem to be able to move my body, and so what is this? What did you rotten worms just go and do to my body?" As Goku then went on to respond, "Whoa, what the heck just happened to him? As it looks as though he's just frozen in place, but what is it?" With Vegeta chiming in, "It looks as though it's some kind of a paralyzing barrier which they appear to be using both of their own power along with an outside outside means of energy to go and bind him in his current place. But the others weren't having it, because with both Broly and Gohan then shown having to transform and immediately using their strongest levels of power was when Gohan then went on to quickly respond, "Oh, hurry, because it's now or never then, Broly, and so now let's go and show these Dark Lords on what exactly we're made of and go and turn their lights off once and for all and for good this time." But then, it was only shockingly enough from behind the Dark Masters as the elite demon Mechimiro went on to make his presence known and had
So, who wants to die next?
This is gonna be a quick match.
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
I've sent a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Way to go. The countdown to your doom just ticked down a bunch.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Way to go. The countdown to your doom just ticked down a bunch.
Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a quick match.
You found another power key. Use it quick.
Way to go. The countdown to your doom just ticked down a bunch.
Flying Nimbus!
Way to go. The countdown
How to say this guy.
doom just ticked down a bunch.
Only because it doesn't seem like anyone else is trying, but
Way to go. The countdown to your doom just ticked down a
get in time.
Way to go. The countdown to your doom just ticked down a bunch. So, who wants to die next?
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemy.
Say this civilian real quick. Oh, you already got Vegeta, so we're done for.
Great! You know what to do with that key.
think anyone's in B right now. So I'll just head there after. This guy's done for.
Flying Nimbus!
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
What a bunch of wimps.
Alright, if this guy dies, then I'm just gonna go sacrifice myself, get out this game. Alright, that's GG's. Out of here. Because we can't win with 4 players. So let's just get out of here.
Stay calm. What a bunch of wimps.
Shut up.
Bastard. What a bunch of wimps.
They'll die in like 40 seconds.
What a bunch of wimps.
Having to be shown firing multiple energy blasts down upon our heroes was when Gira went on to then quickly respond. Oh, well, let's not go and try to get too far ahead of ourselves now, for we had went and made sure to come prepared just in case something like this were to go and happen. And so now, Meki Myro, as they are all yours for you to go and pick apart down there, to which as Broly was then shown making his way towards Meki Myro and tanking all of his blasts, was when Goku then went on to quickly shout, "No, quickly, us two now, Vegeta, and so let's hurry. On my signal, we'll go and close in right behind Broly and rush right through and having to go after those Dark Masters," with Vegeta responding, "Alright then, and so in the meantime, Gohan, we'll need for you to go and try to free Lord Beerus while me and Kakarot go and handle the other two." Foolish Saiyan, Meki Myro went on to then chime in, "Struggle all you want, for your resistance to my attacks will only take you so far here against me, since you won't be able to go and sustain and withstand many more of these if this goes on to continue." But then, it was only from within this very moment as both Goku and Vegeta went on to transform, in using Broly as a means of tanking all of Meki Myro's attacks and having to make their way right past him, was when Goku then went on to shout, "Right there, and so now's our chance, so let's hurry, as I'll go and take the hooded one to the left while you go and deal with Gira on the right, and so let's go," with Vegeta shouting, "Fine, but don't go and stand in my way in the meantime while I go and handle her then, Kakarot," with the Dark Master Gira then having to then respond, "Just as expected they would. Very well then, Saiyans, let us begin, but just do bear in mind the plan in the meantime while we go and fight these little worms, Jogo, because we cannot go and risk fumbling this against them while they are all already here." To which even then within these very moments, as Goku and Vegeta were shown having to fight off against the Dark Masters, as a full-powered Super Saiyan 3 Broly was shown having to attack Meki Myro, was when Beast Gohan then went on to respond, "Just remember to go and try to stabilize yourself out there, as I will be right there to go and join you in this battle once I am done and having to go and try to help Lord Beerus break free, and so just give me a moment while I try to go and figure this out in the meantime, Broly." And so now just hang in there for just a moment, as I'm going to try to break through that paralyzing barrier by using my own power in response to its energy output to go and try to free you, Gohan says, with Beerus having to then utter, "Wait, no, don't attempt to go and try it just yet, and so wait, damn Saiyan, watch out behind you." But then, it was only from out of nowhere now behind Gohan, as the Elite Demon Zoro went on to make his presence known by having to appear in wrapping himself around by having to grab hold and squeeze Gohan within his arms, was when Zoro then went on to quickly respond, "Oh no you don't, Saiyan, for you aren't going to be helping anyone so as long as I am here to ensure that you don't, and so from here on, you will be going and dealing with me in the meantime, while you go and watch from the sidelines as your beloved friends and family are torn into pieces. Oh, curse you, demon! Vegeta responds upon being shown fighting Gira. What is the trick to how you were able to go and move like this and lead my attacks the way you are before I go and try to make them? As you are being fueled by something in response to each and every single one of my counterattacks, now aren't you? With the Dark Master Gira responding, well, not bad, Saiyan, so maybe I am being given leverage in this battle here against you mortals by some kind of an outside means. But I guess the question now becomes on what exactly do you think you can possibly hope to do that will stop me from using it, Vegeta? For do you think that you can go and figure that out in time? Because I think that you and your little friends down there are all running on borrowed time, and deep down you know this to be true. And while your powers may be impressive to those who are blind to the truth of knowing what you along with your other mortal friends are capable of in battle, Gira went on to then duck on under by doing a split and avoiding Vegeta's attack. It was because we were able to go and study your battle against that fallen angel Murno that gave us the advantage in coming up with a plan that was effective enough in countering whatever you and your allies would go and try to throw our way. And so you can try as you'd like, but little do you know that it was thanks to your battle against Murno that we were able to go and learn everything about you. To which it was only within that very moment as Vegeta's body was shown having to fly right past the battle involving both Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Jogo was when Jogo went on to attack Goku by then questioning, honestly now, Saiyan, what makes you think that your battle here against us is going to be any different than how it was when we had first went and faced off against you in the Demon Realm before you went and managed to escape? As you and I both know that you are without any hopes of having to win, and so why don't you just go and give up and accept your fate here against us and knowing that you simply can't win? With Goku responding, well, if you haven't already caught on by now, then I would much rather go and perish on my feet than ever live to go see the day where I would ever go and submit myself to the likes of you and your kind. Well, I expected as much, Jogo responds upon Goku being shown having to miss one of his punches, but since you appear to
Anytime we get a baby raider over 100, it's not good, man. It's not good. I'll let it slide this time.
At long last, the time to fulfill my true purpose has come. I'm no longer the person I was before. I am beyond that. Looks like you might amuse me a little. Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
We are not supposed to be saving civilians right now. It's too risky. I'm not in no pre-made. I don't know who Dan is, to be honest. Good luck. Someone disconnected. Ah, we got busted. Get it.
I'm putting you out of your misery right now. They're not in their right mind. Just leave them to me, okay? An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Welcome. Thank you. Close.
Someone!
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Someone!
This guy wasn't infected, he just cell assault.
This is bad.
My
Somebody's
savior.
down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Impressive! For once, I have to commend you.
What's the big idea?
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Flying Nimbus!
That's A and B now.
Oh man.
Welcome.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Right, 2 more cubes to get my level 2. Sorry, my level 3. A key could be anywhere. I don't want to risk it, try to save these
Holy
guys.
hell. Oh man.
Before you die, allow me to show you what a fully evolved Tuffle is truly capable of.
He's coming back for me.
I have a wondrous gift for you. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Damn, this girl has like 3 swords, bro. Die out.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
This game. If these guys die out, then the escape time machine will show up. So that's over.
Or in some kind of a death wish while choosing to decline our willingness to allow for you to live under the rulership of the almighty Lord Raijin, then allow for Gira and I alongside the rest of our mighty demon army to go and see to it that you get exactly what you deserve, Son Goku. Yes, you see that? Now tell me, Saiyan Zaru questions. How does it feel to know that you are powerless to go and do anything to stop me and having to see your loved ones crumble around you one by, well, I don't know what exactly you want to go and take me for here, Gohan responds upon being shown elbowing Zaru in the stomach, but I am in no mood in continuing to go and play these little games of yours, demon, for we have had enough of this, all of this, with Zaru responding, oh, so we have a feisty one over here now, don't we? Well, even though I didn't go and take you up as being some kind of a mere walk in the park here, mortal, however, don't go and get the wrong idea about our forces here from the demon realm either, Saiyan, because if you think that this is all that we here from the world beyond yours can muster in battle, then you should really stop and reconsider on what it is that you are truly going up against here, mortal. But since I absolutely love your never die attitude, Zaru continues upon being shown kicking Gohan away, what do you say we go and put that to the test and seeing which one of us is truly the tougher fighter here between us, Saiyan? As it was only within that very moment with Gohan's body being shown having to fly right past Beerus, who was still frozen in place, was when Beerus went on to then utter, it's just great, for those demons are swatting those Saiyans down there like flies, and here I am just standing here like some kind of a statue, and just simply having to go and watch as they continue to go and spit directly in my face. Well, no more, for I am not to be treated with such disrespect and to stand to allow for you to escape me without having to answer with retaliation. As I have had enough in having you try and walk all over me whilst forgetting as to who I am along with the title that I hold. You rotten and miserable little creatures go and try to freeze me in place and expect for me not to answer back now, do you? Well, I'll show you. I'll go and show all of you on why I am not to be messed with like this, Beerus continues. As I have went and seen all that I can possibly go to hope and stand to endure from these demons for one day. And so if this was what you have wanted, then allow for me to gladly go and, but then it was only shockingly enough now from behind Beerus as a gigantic arm was then shown having to reach on out through a portal and grabbing Beerus in place was when Beerus went on to then utter, damn it all, what now? And just where in the world did this just come from? I hope that you come to understand that just because you've went and increased both your size along with your power doesn't automatically mean that I am at a disadvantage against you. For the very power that was given onto us by our great leader goes far beyond what your mere mortal mind can understand, and with the essence of the demon realm itself having to fuel my energy, I I can simply go and continue
Alright,
to
another
fight
match.
you like this for
Just started
days
about
on
2
end
minutes.
without running out of power, whereas you rely solely on your driven nature, which is limited by your ability to carry, because unlike creatures like you, we here in the demon realm were created for this exact purpose, which is ultimately why you have no chance at beating me, Mekimiro continues. Now just watch as I go and set the example by showing you on exactly why you are powerful yet powerless in doing anything to change that, Mekimiro continues. For my energy cannons along with my blitz waves will be shown to be more than enough to rip right through your flesh and tearing you apart before you can wait. What? Your body was able to go and hold out, a surprised Mekimiro shouts. Even here against my rapid fire blitz wave attack with hardly any damage that is shown on you, but how could that be possible? For why aren't you shown in having to be weakened like how I was shown having to weaken you on that desert homeworld planet of yours before? Oh, are you? So it looks as though you aren't just a mere cave-dwelling pushover after all, Saiyan. But don't go and get too cocky, for my metal isn't just something that you can find yourself in having to punch your way right out of so easily, mortal. But then, it was only within these very moments now from out of nowhere behind Mekimiro, as the elite demon Garlock went on to make his presence known, and having to further prevent Mekimiro in flying outwards was when Garlock went on to address Mekimiro by responding, "Easy now, Mekimiro, for you are allowing for your frustrations in wanting to shred this animal to sway your actions and cloud your judgment during this battle, and as you shouldn't go and allow for this abnormal creature's durability to hinder on your focus," Garlock says, "for he is made of both flesh and bone, while you are comprised of the strongest known metals in the entire universe, and so now hold your position and remember your purpose here, demon, as these very
Friends are capable of.
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
Trunks, I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Marking where this guy is. Key set though. You find 2 more keys, that would be real nice. Got level 2 at least. Shit.
Oh man.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Go high here for a bit. It's unfortunate.
That's a new
Hopefully you win your
power
next
key.
match, homie.
Place it now.
Guys, destroying D. So we just have to find this E key.
So, who wants to die first?
Holy hell.
Bro, why the fuck did you have to come in here? Like, beat it. It's not a chill spot. Teammates always selling me out, man. Who's crying for Dragon Balls? I know it's not the person with one ball.
Hey, great. You found another
Found the key,
power
though.
key. Use it quick.
Oh, he's gone.
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
Alright, we have to, everyone needs to get on the time machine, man.
Holy hell.
That punk's getting close. Damn it! Son of a... Yeah, you got me started.
You're done!
Stay calm. Stay calm. Oh, man.
Get out of there. It's almost dead. We only have one level 3. Once he gets his Vegeta, we'll get some
Hell, I
supplies.
need your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Flying Nimbus!
We gotta grab that shield real quick.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them. Stay calm. Stay calm.
Here goes!
Can't be! Don't underestimate me! Scum!
Yeah, we have this in the bag.
That punk's getting close.
wouldn't say it was an easy win, but we got the W.
Insignificant trash!
Animals are but an annoying yet very simple enemy to overcome, for they are both predictable and driven by their impulse and blind determination, which will lead to their downfall. And as they lash out in reckless outbursts of strength and believing that their own power can carry them to victory, that will be where you will need to go and strike when they are at their weakest mentally, Garlock continues. And so now let them go and scream and burn right through their strength and exhausting every pitiful ounce of power that they possess, because it is simply going to be the one and only thing that these creatures can go and cling on to, whereas we are creatures of calculated ruin and guided by the eternal power of the demon realm's very essence itself. And as long as that very darkness continues to go and flow through us, there is nothing that they can go and do to try and escape their judgments, whether they want to go and choose to continue to stand against us or not. And so now hold your position and prepare to fire on my command. For every strike must carry intention, and every blast must tear through their defenses and forcing their bodies to crumble under the weight of their own failure. So while I continue to hereby go and make them feel that very weight as a result of their own miscalculations, I want you to go and watch as I go and show you on what I mean by using this brute's very own attacks and turning it against his allies. And as they are not without their own flaws in being widespread and exposed for all those who stand against them to go and see, Garlock continues. And to go and use their own power against them is what will also be the key in witnessing their downfall upon our quest to do what must be done, Mechimyro, Garlock continues. And since their very power is limited, whereas ours is not, remember your focus and not giving them any room to breathe, Mechimyro. And so now what do you say you go and keep that brute at bay and continue to punish him by blasting him into submission, while I, on the other hand, go and take care of our little friend over there in the meantime. Show no mercy and do not relinquish your attacks until he is no longer able to stand, with the demon Mechimyro responding with pleasure, as this one here is going to be mine to destroy and mine alone, while I go and offer you his ally within his place. Good, very good, Garlock responds upon having to be shown using one of his energy whips and wrapping it around Gohan's neck. And so now tell me, puny Saiyan, did you truly go on to believe that Mechimyro here would go and come into this battle alone? Because while I go and continue to choke the life out of you by using my darkness binding lash, I can go as far as to assure you here and now that he wouldn't have been coming here alone, Saiyan. And so for every second that your resistance continues, so too does your suffering, Garlock adds. So the longer you refuse to bow your head and submit yourselves to Lord Raijan's law, the deeper your agony will run. For do you really think that your friends over here are going to come and save you? For do you really think that your allies stand any hope of turning the tides here against us, Saiyan? Because I want for you to go and take a closer look around you, for they won't, and that's because they can't. And as every clash along with every futile attempt to resist us only serves to further your punishment, as your suffering will be what will feed us. For the multiverse will remember this day here between us, but not as a day of victory on your behalf, but as the hour when the last flames of resistance were extinguished. And as you are no savior of the multiverse, but rather simply just the latest fool to go and try to stand before the unrelenting might of Lord Raijan's law, and just like those who have long came before you to oppose his governance, you too will be crushed as a result of your insolence against against him. Little by little, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, one by one we will cripple and devour you all until there is utterly and absolutely nothing more that remains. So now go and continue to fight and resist if you must. Let your beast scream in defiance, for it will only prolong the inevitable, because no matter how fiercely you struggle here against us, Garlock says, and no matter how intensely you attempt to battle in gaining control, you will never overcome what stands before you, for the power of the demon realm is not something that can be resisted, but instead it is rather something that solely consumes. To which, moreover, when then having to go back to the demon Leviathan and seeing as to how he was beginning to squeeze Lord Beerus within his vice grip, was when the demon Leviathan then went on to utter, "I am going to go on and crush you into an oblivion in the name of our venerable ruler and supreme god king Lord Raijin," with Beerus then having to quickly respond, "Alright, now that does it, for I have had enough of this, all of this, along with all of you. Each and every single one of you have done enough in crossing that line, and so now I will begin to show you the true power that lies deep within a god of destruction, a power in which you cannot possibly go on to hope to rival, and the power that will be what ultimately decides your fate. For I have had enough of you demons, and it's time to go and settle the score here between us. As you and your kind have done enough in getting in my way for one day, and since you are willing to go and perish in the name of having to submit yourselves to your ruler Raijin, then let this now go and be the price that you will have to go and pay for ever daring to go and challenge my authority," Ultra Instinct Beerus then went on to quickly respond. "And then so you are to go and know your place among the hierarchy of the gods, for this will be the price that you will have to pay for your rebellion. Hakai!" Beerus shouts, to which it was only within these very moments, as the giant Leviathan was attempting to strike Beerus as he was now beginning to fade within the wind, was when Beerus then went on to quickly observe this by responding, "Good, now feel the wrath of a god as you slowly disappear and fade into the wind like the animal that you are, foolish beasts, for this is what you get. But I can now start to slowly see on how you creatures are beginning to operate," Beerus continues, "and it's because of having you plunge the multiverse into darkness the way you did by webbing each universe together with the demon realm, was exactly how you were able to go and remain in the positions of power that you currently are, as it is starting to become more and more evident based on the way I am watching those Saiyans fight out there that they won't be able to last much longer out there if this continues, and it's not because they are weaker or simply lack the power to go and destroy those dark masters and demons all on their own," Beerus continues, "but it's simply due to the fact that those demons are definitely feeding off something, for I should have expected such things," Beerus continues, "as the dark masters aren't just fighters in this regard, but they're manipulators of magic and playing this battle like a game in bending the rules to suit them within their favor, because why go and rely on your own strength when you can simply go and leech from an entirely different dimension of cursed energy to go and try to stay ahead," Beerus says, and so I doubt that they don't already know this as well given the fight that they are currently in, which is why I believe that I may in fact know of a way on how to close this gap between us here while we still have the chance. However, Beerus continues, "the fools seem to be too stubborn for their own good to see it, for they are trying to go and fight these demons head on and having to assume by thinking that brute strength is the only answer when it is not, at least not for the time being, especially when our enemies have an infinite source of power in backing them, and so the longer this battle drags on, the stronger these monsters will ultimately become, and for every moment they stall, that bottomless energy will just continue to go and fuel them, which is why we must go and hurry and change our approach to this battle before they go and find a way to run us all down in the meantime," to which, as Goku was then shown having to address Vegeta back to back, was when Goku then went on to respond, "Oh darn it, Vegeta, this isn't working because no matter how many times we go and try to knock them down, they somehow go and find a way to stand back up as if nothing even happened, and what's more," Goku continues, "is the fact that they also seem to be feeding off something as well. And so now because of this, it doesn't seem as though we are losing because they are stronger than us," Goku continues, "but we only appear to be losing because they've got an endless supply of power that's backing them up, and so we've got to go and come up with another plan and fast. Otherwise, they'll simply go and wear us all down if this keeps this going, but if we can go and figure out on how to disrupt the flow of order and block the path that they are siphoning energy through, Goku says, then we won't just be able to go and find a way to weaken them, but we can go as far as to beat them as well. And so I know that we can do this, with Vegeta responding, "Damn these demons. You don't think I see it too, Kakarot? For they are nothing more than parasites leeching off of the demon realm itself and using its essence and energy to fuel themselves during our battle, but I think I may know of a way on how to cut that connection between them in order for it to give us a fighting chance in beating these demons, but severing that link isn't going to be easy, which is why I will need for you to go and listen to me, and listen to me very closely, as we will only go and have one chance at trying this, because if we are to fail," Vegeta continues, "then we can simply go and kiss our chances at defeating them goodbye. And so even though they may have the numbers advantage along with the direct line to the demon realm for now, I may know of a way on how to go and change that, but you'll have to go and try to buy me some time in order to ensure that this works within our favor. While I'm not really sure on what to go and make of this strategy of yours that you have in mind here, Vegeta, however, if there is one thing that I am certain of here, it's that we'll need to go and stick together if they go and try to attack us, so that way we can go and maximize our efforts in using more of a team-based approach rather than simply go and use a single-based approach instead. But you say that you were able to go and sense it then too, don't you? For I was right to have went and picked up on the fact that they are constantly shifting back and forth by using the demon realm itself as a means of an energy source of some kind. But what exactly is your plan here, Vegeta? Because I know that you are up to something, as I can feel it within your spirit. And so now what exactly do you have in mind here? Because you better go and make it fast before these two are given the chance to go and try to attack us. With Vegeta responding, "Well, aside from sticking and moving as a unit and making sure that these two don't try and zap us both out of whatever power we have left wide open on the surface out here against them, I have been looking into and studying their ancient techniques, along with reading into how to channel and use the demon realm's very own dark energy against its native creatures, but the idea itself might end up taking me a minute or two to successfully go and pull this off in time, and so I'll need for you to go and stand by and watch my back in the meantime while I go and try to attempt this and having to pull this off with succession, Kakarot, because you and I both know that we cannot continue to allow for these demons to go and jump in and out between our worlds like this, and so the longer they are given the opportunity to breathe, will it only make matters worse for us in the long run if they don't wind up coming back even stronger than how they are right now. With the Dark Master Jogo then having to address the Saiyans by responding, "And just what exactly could the two of you possibly be whispering about over there? Because unless it just so happens to involve anything other than having you both accept your demise in the name of Lord Raijin, then there is nothing that the two of you could possibly hope to come up with over there that will actually go and work against us here, and you know it, Saiyans. And so now go ahead and get any last words that either one of you may have for the other out of the way, because this is where we draw the line in battle against you both, and as we look to hereby go and put an end to your struggles, so that way we may go and finally honor Lord Right." But then, it was only from within those very moments now, out of nowhere, with the Angel Whis being shown having to finally make his re-entry and having to step on in and having to be shown kicking Jogo away, was when the Angel Whis went on to further address Jogo by then responding, "That's quite enough, for you and your kind have went and caused too much damage as it is, and since both you, along with your armies, have now officially blurred the lines between the demon realm and the very multiverse itself through your twisted and vile corruption over them, the laws in which just so happen to prohibit and bind us angels has now officially been lifted, which only now means that you will also be dealing with me here now in battle as well, creature." With the wounded Gohan being shown lifting his head by responding, I knew that he would go and be here, and just in time to go and help us even the playing field out here against those monsters too. And what better timing in having you finally arrive here and helping us, Whis?" With Whis being shown having to address Goku and Vegeta by responding, "My apologies for not being able to go and arrive any sooner than I just was, but I must go and give you all fair warning that the situation involving these demons is unfortunately now far worse than it was ever shown having to be before just a few hours ago, and so we are to all go and engage and do what we must in order to carry out our plans in fighting to defend the multiverse at all costs before it is too late, and this means in also having us angels enact our duties in breaking our code once more for the sake of doing what is right. And so now that I am here," Whis continues, "I return to you all with enough confidence to say that if we don't go and take care of these creatures and are to allow for them to somehow
now, 7
escape
out of 8.
these
Just need one
ads,
more
then
player.
I'm afraid that we will fall victim to their ultimate plan, which is why we are here to stand together in finishing this before we are to go and reach the point of no return, with Gira having to then chime in. Damn, that angel, and just where the heck did he just go and spawn in like this from out of nowhere from? For our plans are now under serious danger, especially with Whis being here to defend these mortals alongside his god of destruction, and so we will go and need to be able to come up with an entirely new plan before it is too late. Wait a second, and just what exactly is he holding over there within his hand, Gira questions? For could that truly go and be as to what I think that it might be? Because if it just so happens to be one of those 3 cubes that Lord Raijin is looking for, then oh, but of course, for we must go and warn Lord Raijin of its current whereabouts immediately. Curse these angel attendees and their blind loyalty in wanting to go and defend these mortal rodents, Jogo adds. For we mustn't now go and leave this up to chance and fight this angel, since
Never mind,
even
we
with
got
our
failed to
combined
connect with members.
efforts,
That's
we
dragon.
still wouldn't go and come close in being any sort of match against them, and so we must leave this for Lord
already 3
Raijin to
for
go
my
and
rematch.
handle, since he is by and large far more powerful than any of these angels, and so we must retreat and retreat now. As we are not fully prepared yet and having to go and face off against the angels without having Lord Raijin here present with us in the meantime, and so now hurry and let us all fall back within the demon realm and assembling more warriors to go and join us, along with siphoning off more power to go and feed us before we are to go and return in facing such dangers. But then, it was only just from out of nowhere now on the battlefield right next to Mekimyro, as an unknown vortex was then beginning to swirl under Garlock and having to pull him down, was when the elite demon Mekimyro then went on to further respond. Yes, of course, hurry now, us too then, Garlock, for it would be wise for us to go and avoid conflict against any of these known angel warriors before further actions could be shown being carried out by said angels. And so now, wait a second, and just what is that? This sudden and strange whirlpool of dark and twisted energy. Is that yours, Garlock? For what is that? With the surprised Garlock being shown responding, I do not know on what this sudden vortex of dark energy is or where it came from, but this doesn't appear to come from the demon realm here either, and so I can't seem to push back against it, Garlock continues, for it appears to be attempting to try and drag me down beneath its depths, and so I can't seem to be able to use my power along with my magic to try and fight back against it, as I am unable to move and do anything to escape Mekimyro, as its influence appears to also stem from a place that only seems to go very far beyond our own demon realm now here too. And just what do you mean by having to sense this rift being something that goes far beyond the demon realm, Garlock? Mekimyro went on to then further question, and as you should hurry and go and fight your way out of it and break free from this strange vortex and help me complete the mission at hand right now, with Garlock responding, I can't. The force of this strange vortex is making it very difficult for me to respond to its pull, and while I cannot attempt to fight back against it, nor could I go and find a way on how to break myself free, I can't move, with Gira then having to chime in. And just where in the world did that sudden and unknown vortex just spawn from? For its energy signature is unlike anything that I have ever witnessed before aside from Lord Raijin's very own inner nature itself, but how and where does it lead? Gira went on to then further question, as these worms from the 7th couldn't have possibly conjured up such a sudden and unknown bottomless pit like this from out of nowhere now, did they? With Garlock continuing, as the very place of wherever this vortex is seemingly having to take me is unknown, I can't do anything about it to go and break free. And so help me, Dark Lords, help me, as I do not seem to know on where this plans on taking me, as the source of its very signal seems to also be unknown. And so now please do not allow for this unknown vortex to go and take me, Dark Lords. Help me before it's too late. But then it was only just upon with Garlock having to plead for anyone to save him as he suddenly went vanishing down beneath the ground was when Mekimyro then went on to respond, but I don't understand on how this could be. Oh, damn it.
Maybe we could try to jump them at level 2. If everyone plays their part properly, find like 3 keys, we should be good.
I mean,
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
Trunks, I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Yeah, power key radar ASAP. He's getting jumped right now. Go help if I can.
Thanks. Flying Nimbus!
One more person to help me. I'll go in and fight.
Stay calm.
You found a
Stay
power
calm.
key. Go slot it.
He got his level 2.
Oh man.
Pretty sneaky.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
have to find this A key. There we go. Right on cue.
Flying Nimbus!
Save that guy. Oh my gosh, how this guy transforms so fast, bro. I never transformed that fast.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
Good job, homie. This guy might camp my body for a little bit. I need someone to come with a sensu beam.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
It's in transmission, sensu beam, anything? Okay, let's just see how that match plays out.
Stay calm.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use
6
of them.
players couldn't come save me, bro. Ridiculous.
Flying Nimbus!
What this guy's doing. Brontosaurus.
Gotta be careful.
At the altar.
Y'all better go help.
Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help.
This isn't the end!
We will do something.
Understood.
Check. Oh, I can't see no more. Actually, I can. No, I'm not. Doesn't look like that person's in my match. Yeah, RP level 4.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
The time machine is close though.
Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
This guy would do something productive.
Okay, stay calm.
The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. The startup system is under attack. Stop it if
Escape
you
time
can,
machine
but
having
retreat
ass.
if you need to. Got it? The startup system's
Told you.
destroyed.
I'm blocking
The
this guy.
escape time
Pussy.
machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
Didn't even
Unsense
try.
escape time machine.
Just buying
Use it
beer
to get out
sodas.
of there.
He doesn't even want to leave. The match. This teammate. You guys are seeing this in real time.
Break.
Time machine is back. Whenever you have a beacon, you can call it again.
Wait, what?
Ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Absolute waste.
You're no match for me.
He's gone, Dark Lords, for I cannot go and detect Garlock's energy signature anywhere. And as with these Saiyans now finding themselves and having to be assisted by that rotten angel Whis and having to go and try to gain the upper hand here against us, unless we are to somehow go and find a way to go and get rid of that rotten angel, then we cannot possibly hope to win like this without the aid of Lord Raijin here to help us, with Jogo responding, "Oh, this is just bad, because if we would have went and known that Universe 7's angel would go and show his face as quickly as he just did, then we would have simply had went and ended this long before his arrival, as we should have been more careful in having to first finish these creatures off before he went and had arrived here. For we are to ensure that our legion can still remain within the realms of our control, and so we are hereby left with no other choice than to do what we must," Jogo continues, "since the tide here between us with that angel having to suddenly arrive here has now shifted within the mortal's favor Gira drastically. And because of this, we must be smart with how and what we choose to go and do now moving forward, especially with Whis here and having to further aid them in battle. And so now hurry, Gira! Hurry while there is still a chance for us to go and retreat, for we must hurry back and forge a new plan of attack while we still can, whilst also informing Lord Raijin about the current situation at hand. And so now let's go! Oh, hold on, wait for me as well, Lord Jogo, Zoro went on to then quickly shout, for you mustn't go and take off without me and having to leave me behind to go and deal with these creatures all by myself now. And so wait, but then it was just within the nick of time as Beast Gohan went as far as to get in the way and having to kick Zoro down onto the ground was when Gohan then went on to further shout, oh no you don't, especially not after everything it was that you had just said. Am I going to go and allow for you to go and simply run away here, demon? And then so you better go and brace yourself for the inevitable fast, cause I'm not going to go and let you out of my sights until you go and pay for everything it was that you had said and done to me, demon. I must go and hurry because whatever happens with the other demons, Gira continues, will not go unpunished by the time we are to go and make our return with Lord Raijin here to go and help us, for this is the only other way that we will be able to safeguard our agenda, and further having to go and make sure that we are all strong enough and with greater numbers and having to go and come back here again. And so wait, the portal, it's blocked, Gira questions? But how could that possibly be, as none of my dimensional portals was ever shown having to block my entry point in or around and having to use it? And so now how could this possibly be? For there appears to be another energy source that has blocked me from traveling through our dimensions, but who could have done this? Wait, unless with Primal Blue Evolution Vegeta being shown having to address Gira by then responding, and just where exactly do you think you're going in a hurry there, demon? Trying to go and run back to your little world of shadows again, just like the rest of your Twisted Legion now, are you? Well, not this time you won't, because I know all about your secret little dark techniques that you've been using in channeling the essence of the very demon realm itself like some kind of a power grid to amplify your power. And since I was also able to read more into how you demons tend to operate in drawing upon the demon realm itself in order to further amplify your magic along with your own power, I was able to go and craft up a little dark technique of my very own by using my very own power along with the power of an aid to go and further fuel my energy, as well as also being able to go and tap into the demon realm's essence myself. And since I am now able to fully understand on just how cunning and just how tricky you demons can truly be by secretly using outside energy to further strengthen your resolve here against us, without it you are hereby left helpless before having to rely on your Dark King and ever hoping to go and stand a chance in coming close enough to actually go and destroy us. And while the concept of your magic along with your secret dark techniques are still very foreign to me by nature, Vegeta continues, it'll only be a matter of time before I go and find a way to go and turn your own dimension of existence against you. And since you haven't went and figured it all out by now, I want you to go and take a little bit of a closer look, Gira. For not only am I currently forging and using my very own energy along with drawing upon the demon realm's essence and having to use it now against you, but I want you to go and take a look on down and having a little bit of a closer look below you and having to go and see the secondary source of energy that I am currently being fueled by, which you don't hope to ever go and stand a chance in having a counter against. To which it was only surprisingly enough now from below as Ultra Instinct Beerus was shown being the one responsible and further having to amplify Vegeta's energy and stopping Gira in her place was when Beerus went on to further respond, "That's right, demon, or did you really think that I was truly going to allow for you little worms to honestly go and get the best of us without going and having me and my mortals come prepared for your arrival just in case you went and actually had made it?" Beerus questions. And as I went and tried to warn you fools that this wasn't going to end well for you, and well, was I wrong? With a desperate Gira being shown attempting to open yet another portal by them responding, "No, I cannot be forced in being trapped within this universe alone while having to deal with these creatures all by myself. And so there must be a way for me to go and break through. There just has to be, and I won't stop until I find it." But then, it was just from out of nowhere now before Gira, as Whis went on to make his presence known by teleporting standing directly in front of her was when Whis went on to then quickly respond, and I'm afraid that you will not be so quick to go and leave this universe, especially not after all of the damage that you and your fellow demons have caused throughout the multiverse, which is unfortunately why you must be held accountable for having you go and pay for your actions here, Dark Lord. But then, it was only just from out of nowhere with Ultra Instinct Goku shown having to make his way in and doing onto Gira the exact same way as to how Gira had done onto Goku, and he was left trapped and having to battle against the demons within the demon realm prior, was when Goku then went on to further address Gira by responding, and while I tried warning you several times over and having to remind you that this wasn't going to end well if you continue to go down this path and waging war against us, let me go and be the first now to go and pay you back, since I'm sure that you don't seem to like it very much when the numbers along with the odds here are seemingly stacked against you, just like it was when you had went and stacked them all against me within the demon realm, Goku continues. And on top of it all, just as a way to go and pay you back, this one's for Kibi along with every other demon that you had went and forced to fight on your behalf that went against their own will, Gira. Oh, curse them, as I cannot seem to be able to bypass Vegeta's counterattack in breaking his seal in order to go and make my way back into the demon realm, and without my ability to go and do so, then I'll be helpless to go and try to make a difference out here against these creatures, which is why I must go and try to find my way back, and fast, the damaged Gira went on to then say to herself, as we should have been more careful in having to go and reconsider on what these worms would go and be capable of in using out here against us, but we weren't, and for good enough reason too, as I must hurry and try and regroup alongside with the other Dark Masters, and further go and call upon our Legion and having them all come here while we go and summon Lord Raijin to help us, since these little worms have went and had figured out on how to sever our siphoning connection, which we can't. But then, it was only from within these very moments now itself from behind Gira, as Ultra Instinct Goku made his way in and having to kick Gira directly towards Beerus, was when Goku then went on to respond, and just so I can go and give you a reminder here, because this one is for going and using my DNA and creating a Shadow Demon variant of me and having me go and pay you back for getting in the way of my fight against it. That's right now, right this way, Beerus went on to proceed by sticking his arm out by responding, for you and your kind were allowed to go and sliver through the cracks of this universe for far too long, demon, and it's due to the fact of all of the damage that you have went and caused within my universe, is it only fitting for someone like myself to go and be the one to deliver your final judgment upon having to foolishly go and challenge my authority, demon, as it was clear to me since the very beginning that you demons weren't looking for a fair conflict here between us, but instead, you had been looking for something more, and now that we have discovered an opening in figuring out of a way to go and slow you demons down and expose your weaknesses for all to see, this is exactly where the game will end up changing within our favor here between us, demon, for I want all of those who stand alongside you to go and bear witness to what is about to go and happen to you, because what will end up following shortly after you are dealt with here will be exactly what they will all have coming shortly after as well. And so now here's a direct message that I want you to go and pass down onto your cowardly leader, and further having to remind him, Beerus continues, of the consequences that will follow when you dare go and cross a god of destruction, demon. So now feel the full force of a power the likes of which you and your kind could only ever dream of obtaining, Dark Lord. And so now here's a parting gift for you to always go and remember us by. Hakai, Beerus shouts, in which lo and behold, this was now it, because with the Dark Master Gira now having to be shown being vaporized by the hands of none other than Ultra Instinct Beerus, was when Beerus then went on to further continue, and it's a painful way to go now, isn't it, demon? Well, good, because let this
Actually, Saiyan, are you?
Alright, team play like trash last match. Let's see if we can get a W this match.
Hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
Trunks. I've super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right
I'll hide behind that
cliff and ambush them as soon as they're frozen. Freeze!
You have my thanks.
Looking good, man. He got his level 2. We found no keys yet. There we go.
Go slot it.
You know what happens next. He's just gonna come destroy this area. Where's his key? Alright, finding some keys now.
Found another power key. Use it.
We found all the keys actually.
You want to go over your battle plan?
It's nice to hear, Patrick. What raider were you playing as?
Extreme caution if you're going
Just need 2 more keys. We also need to grab the Dragon Balls.
Not bad. You know, you're doing a lot better than I expected.
Yeah, A and E are so close to each other. It's really annoying. If I can find some cubes in here. GG's for me. Yeah, I think that's game, guys. So we need some viewers in here, man. Open Frieza, I don't have that one yet. Just regular Frieza. I just have all the regular raiders. I didn't buy any raiders yet. I'm too cheap. I have the money, but okay. I might get Goku Black, but I was hoping there's a sale or something. I think after ranked I might buy Goku Black. Probably gonna use Frieza. Try to get in top 10. That sun
What the
camping
hell
hard.
just happened? The escape time machine's ready to launch. Ignore the power keys. Get out of there. There's a beacon where the blue light is. See it? Head way
Here
back.
goes!
What the hell just happened? What was that?
That sucks.
I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
My cell's not at 100 yet.
Machine is back.
My first raider was Majin Buu. I got to level 100 before they increased it to 120.
What was that? I've sent the escape time machine.
Still have
Use it to get
only my
out of
Frieza and Majin Buu's past 100. I still have to get my Frieza, sorry, my Cell and my Vegeta past 100. Yeah, no medals.
Go and serve as being a reminder that without your ability to go and draw upon the demon realm's power, and without your leader to go and keep you safe and protecting you when you find yourselves in knocking on death's front door, you will always and forever be known as being nothing more than mere foot soldiers to a far greater being, and a punching bag to any god of destruction who goes and finds themselves in having to face off against you. And so now this is what you get for not only having your pathetic little minions go and ruin my day when they came here earlier, but for also thinking that you can waltz into my domain and expect to go and boss me around without having me go and have something to say about it, demon. And so now that she's gone, which one of you is the next to go? As a prideful Vegeta then went on to quickly respond, well, would you go and look at that, for it would seem as though that these Dark Masters aren't truly as invincible as they assumed for themselves to be after all then. And now that we know of a counter method in having to close these demons in and back them all into a corner by limiting their ability in accessing the demon realm as a means of fueling themselves, it'll only be a matter of time now before they wind up joining that Gira in the afterlife, and they know it. Isn't that right, Whis? With Whis responding, well, be that as it may for now, I can't help but sense something that is rapidly beginning to approach our location, but I can't quite seem to put my finger on making out as to what this could be, as an angry beast Gohan was then shown having to address Zaru by responding, and I agree with Vegeta, because would you go and take a look at that? And so what exactly was it that you went on to mention to me earlier, demon? Oh, that's right, Gohan continues. Something about how we wouldn't have been able to go and find a way to beat you demons, isn't that right? Well, so much for that then, because look at how the tables have turned on you now, demon. And now that Whis is here to stand alongside us, along with having to help cut your ties to the demon realm directly and preventing you from using its energy to power and fuel you, it's time that you monsters go and get a taste of your own medicine, because now it's our turn to go and show you on what exactly we are fully capable of, demon. As with our heroes now seemingly in full control with only one elite demon left, with Beast Gohan being shown having to face him, was when Beast Gohan then went on to quickly respond, "Whoa, don't go crawling back in cowardice now after everything it was that you had said to me out here, demon, because you should already know, if you had even went and done your research on us here within the 7th, that we weren't going to go and be pushed around, nor are we going to be beaten that easily in a battle here against you," Gohan says. And since you can't seem but need to want to learn the hard way, then the hard way you will ultimately end up learning, Gohan continues, since we tend to play by the same rules that you demons play by in order for us to go and call things evenly out here against you, and because of this, you should go and come to terms with the fact that this struggle that you had went and tried to wage here against us is over for you. As Goku then went on to respond, good going on having to go and destroy that Dark Master before she was given the chance to flee, Lord Beerus. And since we can now understand on what exactly it is that we are going to have to go and try to do to bring these Dark Masters and their elite demons down, we should continue to incorporate the same strategy that we just used against that demon Gira. And if we simply hope to go and stay in the clear in not having either of us fall to one of them during this battle, with Beerus being shown having to then respond, well, so as long as neither one of you Saiyans ends up getting in my way upon having to destroy them, let alone in being shown having to go and fight them all on your own the way you just did, but instead rather go and stick and move as a unit together, then we will be just fine, so as long as you don't go and mess things up for us even more than what you already have, Goku, with Vegeta then being shown having to respond, good, that's the way, not so tough now without having your precious Dark Masters running around and barking out orders now, is it, Vegeta questions? Or it's almost like you have went and doubled our ability to truly make a comeback here against you, whilst assuming that you had us all figured out when in reality you didn't. And so now go and finish that coward off and be done with him for good down there, Gohan, with Beast Gohan having to then respond, and as I just want you to know here and now that you and your kind had done enough damage in having to show us on just how dangerous you demons can truly be when given the right amount of time to follow through with your plans. And since I will no longer stand idly by and having to watch as any of this continues for the sake of both my family alongside my friends, I cannot go and allow for you and your kind to continue to threaten the ones that I love, Gohan continues, because the longer we allow for this to go and continue, then the greater the odds will end up being in having us go and lose everything that we've been fighting to protect. And so, because of this very fact, this here between us finally ends now. And so better you than our friends and family, since you had went and brought this onto yourself, demon. And so now just go and do yourself a favor and close your eyes if you need to, because this ends here and now once and for all, and so now say goodbye. But then it was only just within that very moment as Gohan let out a blast with his very own energy attack now being shown being redirected was when Gohan then went on to continue. Wait, what the? My blast? What did you just do? Gohan shouts. Whoa, hey, watch it, Goku then went on to quickly shout, and just where in the world is that thing going? Unless... no, with Beerus then having to then quickly chime in. Oh, something's pulling that energy blast away from that demon, which could only mean one thing, since we had went and seen something similar to this happen before when that demon had been taken away moments before I had destroyed him. But then, it was only shockingly enough now from out of nowhere within this very moment as Raijan's hand was shown having to appear from a wormhole in stopping and preventing Gohan's attack from having to destroy Zaru was when Raijan went on to quickly address Universe 7 by responding, so this is where the epicenter of defiance along with the resistance that I've been sensing has been festering from now, is it? Because now that I have already claimed 2 of the 3 configuration cubes that I seek, Raijan continues, I can sense the final piece having to resonate from within this very world, and while you have attempted to go and hide it well, it wasn't ever going to be kept hidden well enough for me to go and not come to find it, Raijan says. For I did not come here to negotiate, nor did I come here to simply parlay with any of you creatures, but to simply retrieve what belongs to me by any means necessary. And if that means that I will go and need to burn everything down within this universe in order for me to go and have it, then I won't go on to waste a single moment in having to do it if it means getting what I am after, even if it's at your own expense, Raijan continues. And so now heed my words and listen very closely to what it is that I'm about to go and say to you, because unlike how it was shown in having to be before, I will not go on to fail a second time in fulfilling my destiny, whether it just so happens to come at the expense of both mortals, gods, and demons alike, Raijan continues. And as I will go and tear away at what I must in order to have what it is that I seek, and since you and your universe refuse to accept the circumstances that have already already set themselves into motion with. You may have went and done away and have found for a method to go and destroy one of my Dark Masters, but now that I am here and now that I am aware of the troublesome issues that you and your universe appear to be causing for me and my legion, this here will be as far as I will allow for any of you to go, because from this moment onwards, Raijin continues, I am going to be the one who will be dictating and controlling the outcome of what our battles and how they will be waged here within this universe, creatures. And as you may have went and found a way in being lucky enough to have wiped away with Gira, but I, on the other hand, will not be so easy to go and deal with as she just was, and so this is where your struggle ends. As Beerus went on to then look on by then quickly responding, wait a minute now, hold on, is that really the same demon that was shown in having to reveal himself against us from before? But that can't be, because just look at him, with Goku then chiming in, it is, and what's even more is that incredibly massive battle power that I'm sensing here too. So this was what the Dark Masters had went and used those Super Dragon Balls for, as the Demon Zaru then went on to quickly address Gohan by laughing and responding, oh, not so high and mighty now, aren't you there, Saiyan? Because now you've done it, with Gohan responding, wait a minute now, but that can't be the same Dark God of the Underworld that had went and showed up here just a few hours ago when he did, now could it? Because, well, not only is he visibly shown having to be much different than how he was before, but that power, it's unreal, with Raijin responding, you creatures from the 7th should have already expected for my arrival here again after I had went and warned you that I was going to return, and now that I am back, Raijin says, just because I happen to go and look a little differently doesn't mean that I have forgotten about what it was that you have attempted against me here while in my elder state, Raijin says, only this time, I in fact don't plan on leaving until I have what I came here to collect, you dirty little worms. But would you go and take a look at that, of all of the places and of all of the beings in the vast, trembling multiverse?
Looks like we're a pretty solid team. Let's see what they got.
Well, this is quite the find. It must be my lucky day. Would you care to take part in a little warm-up?
Easy level 2. This guy go.
Escape the inevitable. I'm an android, you see, and you can call me by my name, Cell. It's time to feast. You bore me. Are we done playing around? Cannot escape the inevitable. Drain you dry.
Talking bear shit.
Just give up already. Come out. Get out here right now. Come out. Get out here right now. Right now. If you think I'm just going to let you get away. Come out. Get out here right now.
Yeah, on left. Got all the keys though. Four players left. destroy the area quick.
Just give up already. Out. Get out here right now. Close to perfection, I can taste it. Now, state your wish. It shall be done. I will grant your wish.
Well, this is quite fun. It must be my lucky day. Would you care to take part in a little warm-up?
I just see this guy turn into trash.
Be my lucky day.
Alright, I'm gonna let them go. I'll let them go. I already won the match. There's no point in being an asshole. I'll show some mercy. Unless they want to try to fight me, then I have to smoke them, you know?
Well, this is quite fun. It must be my lucky day. Look at you. Now you're nothing but a worthless hunk of scrap metal, not even fit to be sold for parts.
You can go, my guy. Jeez. I just show him a little mercy, you know? Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream now. It's 1:06 a.m. and I got some stuff to do early tomorrow morning, so I can't stream too late. Thank you guys for staying and watching. Patrick, Kakarot. Have yourself a good night, guys. I'll be streaming tomorrow, so make sure you guys drop by. Have yourself a good night. Peace.